How's it going, guys? So, before we get into this is the second time in like a week I've totally forgot to capture my face. So, it's just going to be my audio. It should be fine. I feel bad. I have to say, honestly, this has to do with just how busy life's gotten with me going back to university. And just with like my life in general, I'm juggling a lot. And so, like, frankly, it's just the way things are going to be. It's okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the episode. It's a really good one. It's actually a lot of fun, and like it made me smile a lot, which is another one that's kind of sad. Like Mamiya tends to be very depressing, but this episode's actually kind of uplifting and fun. I hope you enjoy it. I know you will, but thank you so much for sticking out with me. I hope you guys have a great time and enjoy the episode. See you in there. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting, and welcome back to this jam and intro of Mamiya. Thank you guys so much. Of course, these videos are coming out late. Honestly, a big part of it is the fact that on Thursdays, when I normally used to record my Friday episode, I have a class that goes late. So I'm going to try and keep these things on Fridays, but frankly, it's probably going to be on Saturdays/Sundays, just whenever I can squeeze them in. So whatever, at least I'm making videos, right? Like, that's the most important thing. So hopefully you guys are excited. Let's just jump into it. Probably going to be a bit of a shorter episode today just because I'm tired, but hey, again, at least I'm making stuff. And I'm happy to do it. I'm excited to continue this story. So, we now know who we are. We're trying to figure out how we're going to save our friends. Because we know and have met Mamiya. And Mamiya has plainly said, oh, well, I'm going to, like, oh, try and save them if you want. But you'll find that I probably did them the best service by killing them. Or, like, helping them find peace in death or whatever. It's just bull crap he came up with. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure this all out together, but yeah, he's already had an interesting time of it so far, so we'll see how he plays all this out, but I'm excited to see how it goes. So I guess there's not really much else to say other than thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this adventure. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. Telling that to myself, I strained my ears to listen to the ongoing story. Oh yeah, so he's talking about how like he has because he started reading the book and again found himself in the story of like Mamiya's origin apparently, or at least a parallel story about Mamiya. So he's gonna try and learn what he can from this. Hey, hands off my meat. Words. Ni-igaki. Ni-gaki. Maybe that's what the comma's supposed to be. It's a drawn out instead of ni-igaki, it's like nigaki or nigaki. Go eat the bok choy or something. What? But that's Toma's. Bok choy? Let's say bok choy. I'll eat it if you don't want it. That's not what we're talking about. If you don't take your meat, it'll be gone before you know it. This fatty knows no restraint. Come on, even this guy's eating nothing but meat and tofu. What about the veggies? I'm against eating vegetables by principle. Oh, these king oyster mushrooms are pretty delicious. All of you are crazy. Against vegetables. He's right, Nigaki, they're great. Are you even listening to me? Eat your gosh darn meat! The four of them continued to argue while sitting around a simmering hot pot. That sounds delicious. A few days ago, I love hot pots. Mamiya really does exist. Otherwise, how are we even supposed to deal with these feelings? All they could do was nod. They felt that everything would vanish if they didn't. The four of them had all dealt with the loneliness and isolation that came with having wildly different outlooks from their peers. For days, they were alienated, misunderstood outcasts, but now they finally found others who were on the same page as them. What would you say to sharing a room? We could spend our time discussing our memories of Mamiya. Things moved quickly after that. Samejima prepared the residence while Ari Sugawa gathered the electrical appliances. What, they just roomed together all of a sudden? Samejima had found a large pink house. It was far from the convenience, but it was but allowed for distances they could all tolerate. Toma didn't have much luggage, but Nigaki brought over a number of packed cardboard boxes. By late December, the four were already living under the same roof. If you ask me, the key to happy cohabitation lies in settling down some rules. So I say we agree on a couple, starting with the dishes. On Mondays, it's Aregusawa, Tuesdays, me, Wednesdays, Nigaki, Thursdays, Samijima, Fridays, Aresugawa, Saturdays, me, Sundays, Nigaki. Objection. Sustained. Go on. Why do I have to clean twice a week while this guy gets away with once? Oh my. A week has 7 days. There's only 4 of us, and Samajima's really busy, so he probably can't be here on certain days. You're saying I look like I've got loads of free time? I mean, you do. You use the house more than any of us, so it's only reasonable you do the dishes, no? Huh? You want to take this outside? Wait, please calm down, you two. Whoa there. You're the one picking a fight. Jeez. Hey, it's just dishwashing. Even you should be able to do that much, right? Okay, let's make it so Nigaki and I take turns washing dishes every Friday. You okay with that, Nigaki? Whatever. Some distance away from them, Nigaki sighed, then simply left. Oh, got a call. Gotta run. And I think I'll go back to practice. I'll head out for a walk myself. And so everyone left, leaving the duty schedule on the table, all by itself. God, it got loud. Natsumi. Is it just me? Or are they really ill-suited to living together? Yeah, I don't know why they just decided to like, moving in with each other. Like, I kind of get maybe you got some bonds, but, like, that was really rapid going from, like, hey, we all know Mamiya, and it's a different thing. Huh, that's weird. Let's all live together. Really struggling with the urge not to butt in. But I know I shouldn't. I've decided I wouldn't interfere with them. I need to stay on sharp lookout for hints regarding Mamiya. They decided to share a room, but they were complete strangers who'd literally just met. In my opinion, it really wasn't going well for them. Even my brief observation was enough for me to pick up on their unique quirks. One was really audacious. Another would always wear the same expression, which made him really hard to read. The only girl in the group, albeit stunningly beautiful, seemed to be perpetually upset with a generally low tolerance of other people. The last one had a calm personality and appeared to be the glue holding the group together. But they all seemed to be living life at their own pace, which inevitably caused many clashes. This was especially true for the 2 adults. Arisugawa and Samajima were woefully incompatible. Oh. Arisugawa, have you seen Samamija by any chance? Mima by any chance? Huh? What do you even want with that impotent jerk? He was even more upset than usual. Toma, however, didn't seem particularly bothered by the other's tone. We got a delivery for him, so I figured I'd let him know. Ha! And what'd he get? His monthly order of Viagra? Considering how cool it is, it's likely something raw. Raw? Arisugawa's eyebrows twitched. Toma went and placed the cool box in the living room. There's probably organs inside. Nigaki joined in on the exchange. Come on, Nigaki, you shouldn't say that. He does kind of creep me out, though. Here's an idea. Let's use this as evidence to have him thrown in jail. It's a heart. A large shadow dropped over the box. It was Samijima. His sudden appearance made Nigaki put on a feisty expression. This is for you, Samijima. Thank you very much. I'll go ahead and tuck it in the fridge. Wait, did you just say a heart? So it really is an organ? Are you planning a transplant? Like some kind of mad scientist? Oh, don't be silly now. I'm going to eat it. It was like a bull heart or something, like an ox heart. You're going to do what? Are you a vampire? Ew! It's an animal heart. I had it ordered fresh from a butcher shop I frequent. Animal heart? Cow's heart, to be precise. If it's fresh, we can have sashimi. In fact, why don't we have just that for tonight's dinner? Can we? I would gladly. Not so fast. We agreed to have takoyaki party tonight, remember? We did? Oh, great. Just when I thought we were out of the woods, she goes charging back in. Oh, we absolutely did. We even have the octopus. But today's the only day we could have cow heart sashimi. Nigaki, would you mind if we postpone that takoyaki party? I need to give the pan back tomorrow, though. Oh, I see. Still. And he falls silent. It's your fault for buying something that made a mess of things. Oh, is it? Oh, to be young and so easily manipulated. Visibly annoyed by the prying looks he gave them, the two students looked away. By the way, just how much of the fridge are you planning to occupy? Like, seriously, a heart? Want me to shove your gosh darn heart in the fridge next time? Oh dear, I see the 99er among us sure is busy opening and closing the fridge. 99er, what's that supposed to mean? Is that supposed to be a term for like a millennial? Like, is that supposed to be like, is he supposed to have been born before 1999? Compared to how much of this place you occupy, that seems like a minor problem. Come on, Arisagawa. Would you please give it a rest and get the takoyaki pan ready? Samijima, I think you should hurry up and put it in the fridge. Ignoring the two, Arisugawa and Samijima stood up and slowly closed the distance between them, with a table at the center. I think you're getting something wrong here. Guess I might as well use this opportunity to clear things up for you. If you're thinking of assaulting me, go right ahead. You're the one who will be arrested. Only if you still have enough energy left in you to call your buds. And how about you? If you're planning to call an ambulance, now's your only chance. Where's the freaking tapioca pan? The heart will spoil if you don't. It won't do us. The heart will spoil and won't be good for making sashimi. What a mess. Literally, like, what a better way to describe this? What a mess. Back off, music student. Go ahead and eat the gosh darn heart if you want it so much. Nigaki, there's a shop near my workplace that specializes in takoyaki. I can go buy you some next time. That's not the issue here. I decided I want takoyaki now, and this already has been set. So don't So don't you make a mess of it. Go on, be nice and heat up the takoyaki pan. Why can't you do it? And I can't just go ahead and eat the heart. I need permission first. Also, wait a sec, Toma. Aren't we having takoyaki? You aren't planning to stuff your face with raw organ, are you? Honestly, Nigaki, we can eat takoyaki whenever we want, but a cow heart sashimi is a rare delicacy, you know? I'm not interested in organs. At least give it a try first. Even Nigaki and Toma were arguing now. They slid in between Arisugawa and Samijima, making the two adults raise curious eyebrows. Hey, you're in the way! Gosh darn it, go the heck away! Excuse me, this isn't your house. Why would I even listen to you? Because I've been here the longest. So you finally admit it. When you really think about it, though, I was the one who found this place, so technically it's mine. Now if you would please move aside. If I do, she'll start her takoyaki party. Why won't you let me? As their arguments continued to escalate, Nigaki snapped and pointed at Arisugawa and Samijima. Why are you two acting so big anyway? With your backs against the wall and stuff? You're being like Mamiya. Ooh. The heated air cooled off in an instant. Yeah. Mamiya did that all the time. Mamiya liked standing next to walls. She'd wear that usual grin of hers and keep observing me with her hands joined behind her back. It was like he carefully weighed each of his words before uttering them. And because he'd always stand next to the wall, I often had to turn my back to the large open spaces, which made me feel sort of helpless in a way. Mamiya stands next to the wall. Yeah, she really did that. Oh man, it sure makes me happy to talk about Mamiya. Still standing, the four exchanged a hearty laugh. The argument, the raw heart, the takoyaki, they all seemed so pointless now. In the end, they decided to cook the heart like they would have cooked a takoyaki. They were just happy to share the memories of Mamiya with someone. Interesting. The four of them could barely get along. but reminiscing about Mamiya managed to bring a smile to their faces. The profound peace that those stories had given them made me painfully aware of just how much joy Mamiya had brought into their lives. Mamiya is supposed to be this cruel, merciless reaper of lives, but to them, Mamiya is almost like a deeply cherished entity. How is that possible? And how is Mamiya reflected in their eyes? Yeah, this is very odd. December 1st, Friday. Oh, this is the first time they're meeting up together, huh? And then I had this idea. What if we put a letter in Natsumi's grave, then dig it up and open it like a time capsule 10 years later? That would technically be grave robbing? The future us will read about how we felt about him. Doesn't that sound great? Well, it's an interesting, fantastically and wonderful idea, but it might get you arrested for grave digging and vandalizing the dead. Oh! They're still not here, huh? Yeah. 10 minutes earlier. Alright. I fixed my tie and went on my way to the church. My strong, determined manner with walking and furrowed eyebrows were only a means of dispersing my worries. Just thinking about what we'd have talked about made me weak in the knees. If I failed this, they would be faced with violent death. Again. There was absolutely no room for mistakes. The tension alone was making my stomach hurt. And that was still nothing compared to everything else I had on my plate. Why on earth did I claim to be Natsumi? I got greedy. There was no other way to put it. I should have just thought of a fake name. You should also think of a fake, first name. Because if you have the same first name, you're also going to be, I don't know, awkwardly, painfully kind of obvious in a weird way. Why'd I even take a risk by using my real one? My face flushed red with shame and embarrassment. Why did I do it? I hadn't done anything this greedy back when I was still alive. My cheeks are all warm, but my stomach's cold and lonely. Some combination, huh? I ended up having to lean on the wall to make it all the way to the church. It was exactly 1700 hours on the Friday. That's 5 o'clock p.m. I watched the second arm reach the top, then opened the heavy door. Ah, Natsumi! Hello! The youthful voice resounded through the church. It came from the tall young man known as So Kato. He stood up and greeted me with nothing but politeness. Huh? Where were the others? I looked around, but saw only him. Where's everyone else? I don't know. I've just arrived myself. Maybe they're running late. Let's wait a bit. I sat down next to him and watched the time as we waited for the others 30 to arrive. Half an hour had already passed, yet no one turned up. My conversation with So Kato was going in circles too. His impatience had grown so much that he even started counting the empty seats in the church. Fetch, that's bored. Maybe they forgot to come? My complaints got a miserable "oh no" out of So. What if they're intentionally staying away? We don't even know how to get in touch with them. Should we hold another funeral for Natsumi? Don't say things like that. The situation both had saddened and hurt me. I had asked them all to come mourn Natsumi. Yet the only one to show up was So Kato. Then again, I should have expected this. They'd already been at the funeral, and it wasn't like they knew me all that well. It really drove home the point just how weak and friendless I was. Ow. Wallowing in self-pity, I sounded a brief chuckle, which was when my eyes finally met So's. He looked somewhat perplexed. Well, since he was here, the least I could do was honor his wishes to the best of my abilities. So, what now? Do we call it a day or start the discussion off with just the two of us? So Kato looked into the distance and made a ponderous, Since we took the time to come here, I would at least like to discuss what's best for Natsumi. It'd be nice to do it with more people around, though. I see. I nearly went ahead and thanked him, but managed to hold back. Are you free after this, So? Or do you maybe need to go home by a certain time? Oh, no, I'm free for the day. Let's go, then. I stood up and looked down at So, which seemed to have puzzled him. I didn't have any means of contacting them, but I did know where their stories. Let's go find them. Oh, yeah, he's probably So he could probably find Rio like down a random alleyway or maybe at his house. They can probably find Fetch. What's his name? He's the older guy. They find him at the pachinko parlor. And not sure where they're gonna find the other. Like, I should know their names. I really know. I know as soon as I see them, like, I'll be like, oh, duh, of course that's their name. Anyway, we'll start with the school. Kikuchi Ryo and Tojo Minato are at the same school. We might be able to find them there. Isn't it like 5:30 though? Since you're familiar with all that, I'm assuming you also went to that school. I did, yeah. We looked up at the school building. I'd been attending this place until just a few days ago, but now it actually seemed like kind of nostalgic. Let's head inside. Natsumi, that's a student entrance. Huh? Oh, right. The guest entrance leading into the all-too-familiar school building looked so distant and uninviting that it made me feel almost like a hopeless romantic who had been completely forgotten by the objective of his affection. Oof, brutal. What business do you have here? The aged employee behind the glass was another familiar face. I briefly hesitated to answer, but a quick glance at So Kato gave me a flash of inspiration. We came to take a look at the school. So, I mean, my little brother's considering enrolling here. Good thing it was December. Plenty of people would check out schools around this time of year in preparation for the coming entrance exams. I could tell that So was looking at me, but I kept a composed expression and went along with my lie. I realized I might be rude of us to barge in like this uninvited, but since we happened to pass by... Give me a moment. I'll ask the school's administration. Thank you. The aged employee stood up and disappeared further in. So Kato was about to say something, but before he could, the man returned with a familiar smile on his face. You're allowed to look around. Please hang these cards around your necks. Thank you. I made a smile that said, thanks for everything. We might never meet again. I've given that smile many times. The man reacted to it with a puzzled expression. But I go to school that covers both middle and high school. So Kato pouted. Hey, it's fine. We got in, didn't we? Oh, and you, as my older brother, seriously? Just play along. The tall young man flashed an uncharacteristically mischievous grin, making me feel a little embarrassed. We're here. Kikuchi Ryo and Tojo Minato go to this class. And so did I. I timidly opened the door and saw only a handful of students inside, their figures bathed in the evening sun. Sorry, may I ask something? Huh? What is it? They initially gave us suspicious looks, but eased up once they spotted the cards on our chests. I knew these people. They belonged to Tojo Minato's group of friends. We're looking for Tojo Minato. What's your business with him? Like true modern children, they didn't open up to strangers very easily. My brother here is thinking about taking an entrance exam for this school, and Tojo's the one who recommended it to him, so we figured we'd drop in to say hi. Oh, Tojo left right after classes ended. Yeah, he got a part-time job. I see. What about Kikuchi Ryo? My question sent a wave of confusion across the room. Kikuchi? We don't know. I see. Thank you. Right, I shouldn't have said that. I rushed out of the classroom, hoping that I would magically erase my blunder. I had to hurry before So Kato realized something. How did it go? They already left. Let's go somewhere else. Oh yeah, was he not supposed to know Ryo's name at all? Because he didn't say, right? Or at least his first name. Oh, okay. I would have preferred to stay a bit longer, honestly. You don't usually get a chance to walk around somebody else's school, you know? Let's drop by some other time, then. I tapped him on the back, and we both went back to the way we'd came. I threw one final glance into the classroom, realizing that the seat belonging to Natsumi was now gone for good. What about the girl that's, Kikuchi? Was that his name? Like, the girl who was, like, obsessed and convinced that Natsumi hadn't died. Like, are we ever gonna see her again? They're probably off their part-time jobs. I knew from the stories that Kikuchi Ryo worked at the donut shop, but... Dang, I have no idea where Tojo Minato works. It might have been a good idea to ask his friends, but since we had already left the school, it would have seemed odd to suddenly show back up. I thought back to all the stories I'd read in the hopes I'd remember some kind of hint, but I was drawing a total blank. I don't know where he lives, though. I do know where he lives, though. You do? How? So was visibly shocked when he heard me mumble to myself. Oh, well, I kind of just know. I tried to laugh it off, but he kept on staring at me with a look of profound confusion. Natsumi, you're kind of bad at this. Granted, I don't think any of us would be good at it, but you're pretty bad at this. Natsumi, could it be that you're actually... I was really hoping you wouldn't suddenly label me as a criminal. That was honestly the last thing I wanted him to see me as. A private detective? Huh? He looks so much like a one. It's gotta be the trench coat, you know? Oh. Huh? Did I get it wrong? No, I'm just ashamed is all. Detectives should be able to blend in without getting found out this easily. I made a troubled smile, so I was positively beaming from ear to ear. But it's so obvious. I guess it is. I have to use that from now on. After some walking, we arrive at the donut shop where Kikuchi Ryo worked. Unless he was picking up his little sister Midori out shopping, he would be here. I opened the door, hoping to find him inside. Welcome. And there he was, in the flesh. He stood behind the register, eyes sharp as usual. Kikuchi Ryo! I'm so glad we found you. Right. As I rushed in front of him, Ryo simply kept nodding with his eyes wide open in shock. Oh. I'm impressed you knew where I was. Seeing my face seemed to have jolted his memory. I was glad he remembered me. I haven't forgotten about our agreement, but I found out just last night that I'd have to handle today's shift as well. And I had no way of letting you know, so, I'm really sorry. He made a deep bow. It's fine, don't worry about it. I was planning on dropping by at the church after my shift, even if I ended up running late. I found myself moved by his sincerity. He did actually intend to keep his promise. Wow, these donuts look crazy good! Anyone in particular you recommend? So must have been hungry, and understandably so. It was getting kind of late. His eyes glittered with joy as he surveyed the line of colorful gem-like donuts on display. Absolutely. Our strawberry ring donut comes highly recommended. Kikuchi Ryo raised his voice and puffed out his chest. Both rare actions from him, however. I see. Oh, I'll have one of the whipped cream donuts. Oh, right. It's like, I highly recommend this one. Oh, I'll have that instead. It's like, oh, okay. Fine, sure. I guess. Here we go. Screw my opinion then. You just asked, I don't know why. His passion didn't seem to reach so. Tojo and Minato also failed to show up at the meeting, so we were actually looking for him too. Tojo? If he's not at school, he should be at his part-time job. And do you know where that is? No, I don't. Really? But I thought you two got along. Well, Kikuchi Ryo placed a hand on his forehead, seemingly thinking about something. I used to know where he worked, but then he suddenly switched jobs. I mean, you could try to look up his previous workplace, but I doubt you'll find him there. I wouldn't count on it at any rate. He's kind of fickle like that. I see. In that case, we were probably better off moving Morichika Haruki up the priority list and starting with him instead. I nodded in understanding. Thanks, Kikuchi Ryo. We'll come back once we're done. Sure. Alright, next up is Morichika Haruki. He's not a student, is he? Do you know where he works? Probably nowhere. Nowhere? You mean he's an adult without a job? But we already have 2 working students. True. Why doesn't he work? Why? That's a good question, actually. My heart ached for So's purity in regards to people like Morichika Haruki. Yeah, what is it, like, what would that be? Like, effectively the gold digger, right? Like, he effectively, like, provides, like, companionship and, like, intimacy for, like, food and places to sleep and clothes and gifts and all that. Albeit in his own way, Morichika was too difficult to get a hold of. We first went to the pachinko parlor he frequented. Natsumi! So, Kato! The noise here was far worse than I expected. I eventually got used to it and decided to start looking for Morichika Haruki, but... minors aren't allowed in here. Huh? So Kato was stopped by an employee. But I'm an adult. Look, I'm even taller than you. But you're wearing a school uniform. Crap. Wait here, So. I'll be quick. I hurried inside the parlor, leaving a deeply shocked So at the entrance. I looked through the entire place, but found no trace of Morichika anywhere. I had no choice but to ask around. Grinning to myself at how detective-like this would be, I approached the closest person. Excuse me, I'm looking for a person by the name of Morichika Haruki. I spoke politely and with a smile, but they only got me a glare. He didn't seem to be in a talkative mood. I went away and racked my head over the situation. Approaching several people here made me realize something. The people at these gambling places were generally of the fluctuating mood. They could be more open to talking if their gambling was going well enough to lift their spirits. Excuse me, I'm looking for a person by the name of Morichika Haruki. You a cop? The son of a gun finally get busted doing something crazy? No, I'm just a friend. Going by his reaction, he seemed to know him. Hoping to learn more, I repeated my question. I don't know. People here don't get too involved with each other. Although, I do recall him saying something about Shinjuku. Shinjuku? The vagueness of his answer came as a shock, so much so I ended up just leaving. Any luck finding him? Outside, I found So Kato waiting for me. He reminded me of a large dog who had been left outside of a supermarket. No, he wasn't in there. I see. Wait, do you happen to know Morichika's address? I mean, you said you know Tojo, so... I don't, and besides, he's the kind of person who's always on the move. Finding him won't be easy. Ah. Both our shoulders drooped in disappointment. Why don't you try the maid cafe? I really wished I'd gotten a hold of their numbers or something. It might not have been necessary for the other two, but Morichika Haruki was undoubtedly the kind of person who could only ever be contacted through his cell phone. How am I even supposed to find the number of a guy like that? Wait a second. Oh, to one of the girls! Ah! I know it! I do actually know his number. Huh? Really? Yeah, cell phone. As I kept frantically sifting through my pockets, realization suddenly hit me like a runaway train. I gave it to Mina! You did what? Dang it, I don't have it memorized either. No matter how hard I tried to remember it, I couldn't go beyond 080. This body didn't even belong to Natsumi Sochiro, so the phone I'd given away was technically no longer mine. Oh, fetch. What now? Just when I'd found a way to contact Morichika Haruki, I ran into yet another roadblock. My own past actions made me feel positively mortified. So, why not just meet the person you gave it to? Oh, right! He gave his phone. That's the maid girl. Fetch, I can't believe I forgot her name that well. Because I've been thinking about her so much. Tamina, yeah. Mina, as in right now. Did I hear you right? Yeah, it would solve all our problems. Let's go do it. Meeting Mina again. I need some time to prepare. Okay, he totally had a thing for her. Are you serious? We can't keep Rio waiting. Oh, you're right. Let's go. After a bit of prep talk from Kato, we promptly headed off to Akihabara. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be very interesting. Are you sure this person will be there? Absolutely. She's got a Friday shift, so unless something urgent came up, she should be there. I opened a good amount of doors today, but none of them made my heart keep on jackhammering in my chest the way this one did. Welcome back, Master. Is Mina around? Yes. Oh, her previous master is just about to leave, so I'll go ahead and show you to your seats. So Kato was blinking confusion, but I walked in like it was nothing. This place is kind of amazing. There's so many servants. This is just a maid cafe. The waitresses are dressed as maids because it's their theme. Wow, these drinks are expensive. And why does a small rice omelet cost 1,500 yen? So, Kato! I whispered a scream at him. He didn't understand this was a special rice omelet imbued with maid magic. For a modest extra fee, you could even take photos. They had a value far exceeding anything you'd find at a usual cafe. Man of culture, our man Natsumi is for sure. Sorry for the wait. The frills at the edge of my vision made me look up. There she is. Welcome back, Master, and thank you for choosing me. My name is Mina. The lovely smile that bloomed on Mina's face would have put even the most exquisite flowers to shame. And he is struck. I feel bad. Those two, I think, would have actually hit it off if he'd lived. Wow, nice to meet you. I'm So. The pleasure's all mine, Master So. And who is this gentleman with you? Oh gosh, Natsumi, come on, don't be panting. I couldn't breathe. It hurt, but I had to talk. Not a single second of her time could be wasted. Natsumi, I'm Natsumi. It's a pleasure to meet you, Master Natsumi. Her expression wavered. Was it because she remembered the Natsumi that I had passed away? Yeah. May I take your order? We would like to have a word with you. We'd like 2 special rice omelets with 2 milky strawberry drinks, please. Natsumi, what about the number? Certainly. Please wait right here. Mina's long black hair swayed behind her as she walked away. Gosh, she's so cute. I followed her with my gaze with an enamored expression until somebody went and shook my shoulders. Natsumi, remember why you're here. Right. Marichika Haruku's number. I know. I got this. Our poor boy. Our poor lonely soul. He's freaking. He is like. If he could, his tongue would have rolled right out of his mouth and touched the floor. Exactly. We can't keep Rio waiting. Yes, of course. I kept on nodding while trying to pull myself together. Sorry for the wait. Here's your rice omelet. Yay! Let me cast a spell on it. Here I go. Moi moi stop. He say it too. There you go. Please enjoy. I will. Natsumi! This was bad. Just seeing Mina was enough to make me forget why I'd come here in the first place. It definitely wasn't to improve my relationship with Mina. I had to prevent my friends from dying. I made a stern expression and looked at Mina again. Mina, we actually came here because we have something important to ask you. Oh, and what would that be? Mina's twin tails gently fluttered as she tilted her head from side to side. It was entirely too much for my heart to handle. Hang in there, Natsumi. Deep breaths. Okay, I'm fine. I put my jumbled thoughts in order, then got straight to the point. He's been making so many mistakes up till now that he's going to mess this up so badly. I believe you have Natsumi's phone. Suddenly, the very air around her changed. How do you know about that, Master? He asked me to come get it. I see. So it was true, she whispered out of her tiny, delicate lips before raising her head. I kind of suspected that was why you came, so I went and got it before bringing out your meals. She reached into her apron's pocket and took out a black object. I heard Kato let out an excited, "Wow!" next to me. May I borrow it? Sure. Here you go. He's gonna be able to unlock it. Was she able to unlock it? I can't remember. I took the phone from her and looked for Marichika's Haruki's entry. I found it right away. It was the number he'd given me a few years ago. I pressed the call button. There was no guarantee he'd pick up, but I had to try. Doing this made me grimace. This was probably how Marichika Haruki himself must have felt back then. Hello. Marichika Haruki. Huh? A dude? Who are you? Natsumi, the one who waited for you at the church. Oh. Where are you now? Why would I tell you? Because you promised. I waited for you. I thought I'd never see you again. There was a silence on the other end of the line. I was just walking around. Should I go to the church now, or what? Wait, no. Come to a certain donut shop. I'll send you the location. What a pain. He clicked his tongue and ended the call. I sent him an email, but got no response. Would he really come? Write down the phone number! I managed to contact him. Thank you, Mina. I gave the cell phone back. Mina looked at me as if she wanted to say something, but instead she settled for a curt, "I see," and headed to the phone and held onto the phone like it meant a lot to her. "In any case, do enjoy your food." She then disappeared further into the cafe. "Natsumi, this went great!" We ate our rice omelets and exchanged a smile. I might have grown a little cold, but its magic filled our hearts with warmth all the same. Surely even so Kato would understand that. Now we just have to find Tojo Minato. "Should we go where he lives? I'll bring some anpan and milk." I think we should visit Kikichi Ryo at the donut shop first. Seeing how the shop was on the way, I promptly agreed, then finished up the rest of my rice omelet and washed it down with a syrupy, sweet, milky strawberry drink. Ugh, sounds way too thick. "We're back, Kikuchi." "Everyone's here." "Huh?" He pointed his finger behind him at Morichika Haruki and Tojo Minato. Tojo Minato! Gosh, I'm sorry. The whole thing completely slipped my mind, but then I kind of just remembered it out of the blue. I asked Ryo, and he said we're gathering here, so I hurried over. I was pleasantly surprised by his unexpected appearance. "Morichika, you decided to come too?" "Let's just get this over with, okay?" I gave him a warm smile, but he hesitantly averted his gaze, seemingly annoyed by it. It had gotten quite late, but still, getting to see them all in one place warmed my heart to the core. Shall we begin then? Unfortunately, that's actually where we're going to end. The hunt for everybody's definitely over, and now we're going to have a really intense conversation with them, I imagine. So I think it's a good place for us to stop. Thank you guys so much for being here today. This has been a fun episode. It was actually really enjoyable, kind of like revisiting all these other places and like his memory from all the other stories, kind of like helping him piece it together. And it was really good to see Mina again, even though I feel like she's not really going to be much part of the story anymore, which is sad. I think she should be part of this too. But man, I miss Mina. She's great. She's one of my favorite characters. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you especially to the patrons. You guys are just wonderful people. I don't even know how I can thank you enough. But everyone who's watching this, like, you're doing me such a big favor. It means so much to me, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts, especially as we go through this and kind of get towards the end. I really want to know, like, what your impressions are. What do you think about my theories? I guess we're at the point, though, we're not making too many theories. We're mostly just kind of seeing how things conclude. I still think Mamiya most likely is another one of these like spectators who just interferes, but we'll have to find out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next video watching me, I've seen me in next. I'll see you there.